Yeah, I totally got screwed over. I lent a coworker, a former coworker who I worked with, about she quit her job at about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I paid her $500. She just asked me if I could lend her $500, so I did. I e-transferred it to her, and she said she was gonna pay me in installments. She said she was gonna pay me on the 15th of April, then the 30th of April, and today's date is May 4th, I believe, 2024, and I've received $0 from her. And I keep texting her, and she won't reply. And yeah, I'm kind of worried. Like, I think what happened was, basically, for one, I didn't take you guys' advice to stop lending people money. And she had paid me back before. Like, I lent her like $300 before, and she had paid me back for that. And she paid me back, I think, a couple times, and I even lent her my vehicle once. And it's actually my parents' vehicle, but lent her the vehicle, and she had brought it back. And have you ever seen the movie The Big Short? It's a movie about what is it about? Kind of like these guys, they bet against the housing market. It's about the housing market crash in the United States, but anyways, I'm kind of getting off track. I mean, in that movie, they talk about the sunken hand fallacy. Or wait, what it's called? No, it's not called the sunken hand. Sorry, it's called the hot hand fallacy. And it's from basketball, because sometimes what happens in basketball is that a player will make a bunch of shots in a row, and then people will think that he or she is going to make the next shot, and because just thinking that whatever happens it was happening in the past is going to happen into the future as well, and that's not always true. So I thought that she'd pay me back before, so she's gonna pay me back again. But I think what happened was, before, when she paid me back, she was still working for the same company as I was, and working basically right beside me. So I thought, so basically she wouldn't want a confrontation, you know what I mean, face to face, and for everybody at work to know that she was screwing me over. So when she found a different, or when she actually quit this job, she had, in her mind, there's no reason to pay me back, because I could think, yeah, so because she wouldn't have to do a confrontation. And apparently this lady also, she owed a bunch of money for on her hydro bills, and people were giving her, she was living with her roommates, and the roommates were giving her money for her to pay electrical bill, and she wasn't paying it and stuff like that. And I'll show you what I'm eating. It's a breakfast wrap with some long grain white rice, and it's really good. I don't have any soy sauce, but it's still good. And just drinking some milk, but I just finished that, so I'll just be continuing. I'll just drink some water. But yeah, I mean, it's been on my mind that it's been like pretty devastating. $500 is a lot of money. Like, I don't make a lot of money. That's about a week work with after taxes for me. Yeah, about a week work for that. So it's pretty bad. And now I just, if you can learn anything from one of my mistakes, basically, is that you can trust some people, but you can't trust others. And don't believe that just because somebody has helped you before, that they'll continue to help you in the future. Many people will, but you just have to take care of yourself. You have to put yourself first sometimes. And you can't just give away money like that. I mean, yeah, that was a big deal. It's like, I'm out $500, guys. But thankfully my bills are paid. I have money saved up, but so I should be okay. But everything is, anyways, getting away from that negative stuff. I'm doing soft spoken for my friend Ethan, and he likes the soft spoken videos. And in this video, I'm also going to do some other stuff, like a spending update for April 2024. It's going to be in Canadian dollars. And I'm also going to do show you cooking, how I cook this meal. So to make this meal, you're going to need some wraps or a wrap. You need some eggs. You're going to need some oil. I use canola oil. You're going to need some mayonnaise, some long grain rice, or whatever type of rice you want, actually, and some hot sauce. And you're also going to need well, you don't need it, but you could use a rice cooker, and which would make the rice a lot easier. So, and then you want to fill up your measuring cup with some rice. Fill it to the top, even with the top, basically. It could be a little under, it doesn't matter. But and then want to dump that into the rice cooker pot. Dump another one in, and then you want to go ahead and pour some water in the pot. And then you're going to rinse out, I think it's the starch here, or just like you're going to wash the rice, basically. So swirl it around a little bit, and then dump out the water into the sink. Okay. And so dump out the water into the sink and get all that water out of there. Yeah, wash it nice and good. Go ahead and now you got the strained rice. Go ahead and fill the measuring cup to the top with water. Now you want to be precise with this, and if you can, I put in about, I think, 5.5 cups of water. And usually it's basically double the amount of water to the amount of rice, but it can depend on the type of rice. Plug the rice cooker in, click cook, and then set it from warm to cooking. And then you can leave that for a while, put some oil in the pan, and spread it around a bit. And then get the pan nice and hot. And then I could put it on high for this recipe. And go ahead and crack an egg, put it in there, and put it into the wok. And then put another egg in there. I usually make 2 eggs for this recipe, but 3 eggs would be also just fine. Because I didn't have any cheese, I would recommend using shredded cheese for this recipe as well. I'm just getting out a piece of eggshell that fell in there. But fry up the eggs, stir them around a bit. You don't have to scramble them like a chef, like for adding milk and scrambling them, whipping them up in a bowl and stuff like that. Just basically move them around just to get them cooked well and stuff like that. So go ahead and keep scrambling the eggs. Okay, get them nice and cooked. Then you can, I would recommend turning off your element when you do this, and then putting the eggs onto your wrap, which is on a plate nearby. And then putting the wrap back onto the, I'm using a wok, but you can use a regular pan if you want to. Then adding some mayonnaise, turning the heat back up. And then I'm gonna add some hot sauce, and adding some hot sauce here. I don't recommend adding shredded cheese here. I just didn't have any, and once it starts to get brown on the bottom, be careful, watch your fingers. It's good to go. And then take off the wrap and sort of just fold in the ends here, and fold over the top, and then tuck the top of it in, okay, and then roll it over. And I might be give a couple good pats down there. And then turn the rice cooker off by unplugging it. And then the pan has some water in it, has some starchy water in it. So drain that out, and then rice is good to go, nice and cooked. You can take the rice out and put it on a plate. And just scoop it onto the plate, and then you have your dinner pretty much. So just keep, I had a generous helping because I'm a hungry boy. I'm a bit overweight right now, actually, but I'm gonna lose some weight soon. But for these ASMR videos, it helps to keep have a good sized portion. So I'll do my spending check-in now. So let me just see here, 1 second please. Okay, so I have spent $5 on coffee, which is not terrible. There's this really great coffee shop around where I live. And they have really good coffee, and I spent $5 with tip for that. So that's alright. Gas and snacks, so I spent $0 on gas. I think my dad might have filled up my vehicle, which he does sometimes, and which is nice of him. And electric, I spent $30.26 on my electrical bill for the month, and then I just live by myself in an apartment. And groceries and snacks, that's not too bad. The bill's pretty low. It used to be about $26 actually, and now it's a little more, and I don't really understand why. It doesn't feel like I'm running more electronics and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, but it's still not high. But I spent $160.55 on groceries, which is about average for me, not too bad. Dining out, $0 on dining out, which was pretty good. At least that's not including my full, I'll explain the folio in just a second. And yeah, so I didn't spend that much money on dining out. I spent $36.46 on my folio. So at work, we have a folio, which is like an account on the computer. Well, not everybody has it. It's like you have to be working there for about 3 months. I work at a resort as a front desk agent, checking people in, checking people out, making reservations, and you have to be working there for about 3 months. Then you can apply for a folio if you want, and it's like go to the restaurant at the resort, get a meal, and just say charge to my folio. You don't have to have a credit card or a debit card or anything like that, or a gift card. You just say charge it to the folio, and then they just take it off their paycheck at the end of the month, unless you put cash into it and have a credit, which I sometimes do. So money I lent out, it was about $595. That's including the money I lent out that got ripped off. The other money I'm sure I'll see back. Phone now. Didn't see money on my phone bill, but I could be wrong about that, to be honest with you. I get charged about $25 a month for my cell phone plan, which is pretty low, so. YouTube Premium, so man, this wrap is so good even without cheese. I forgot to buy some cheese, but well, the thing is, I went to the grocery store today, which is the local Home Hardware, which is like a chain of hardware stores, but the local one that's near my area also was selling groceries, but now they've opened up a new grocery store in the park that's by where I live in. So they're going to do that, have all the groceries there and have the hardware separate. But YouTube Premium, so I have YouTube Premium at $14.55. Spend on that. It's a subscription, and it's just YouTube without ads, and you can pay for that if you want. Super chat. I think I've explained this before. There's this YouTuber that I used to support with doing super chats, and it's just like donations that you make on a YouTube video when someone's going live, and your comment is going to be highlighted, so it's easier for the person to see and respond to it, and then you donate some money to get that privilege. But he actually has his super chats turned off, and he goes by the name Billy Blue on YouTube. Because he's wanting to try doing more daily vlogs of the Appalachian Trail, because he's through hiking the Appalachian Trail, hiking right through it. But yeah, so super chat 0, water and sewer 0. I only pay that about once every 3 months. Bank fees $0, which is because my bank account is like how it works is if you can keep $3,000 in that every day of the month, and then you don't make over 12 debits, you won't be charged a service fee. And the internet, so that was pretty good. The internet, I just got the fastest internet I could so I can upload these YouTube videos like a split. So it's kind of expensive, but it's fast. It's $161.17. That's normal. And rent for the month, I pay off in advance. So as soon as I get my second paycheck, which happens about 21st or 22nd of the month, I pay for the following month. Paid off. So my rent's $850, and that's plus utilities. And I live in a 2-bedroom apartment and by myself. So hi. So sorry I missed my phone bill. It gets posted on the last day of the month, I guess, and it was $22.20. The total money that I spent was $1,874.99. Could have been better if I didn't lend money to that girl, but it's not terrible, I guess. And I'll go to the money that I made. So, money that I made, the first paycheck was a high paycheck for me. For some people, not much at all, but $1,762.83. And to get that amount, I basically have to work some overtime, I think. Paycheck number 2, it was $1,574.26. Also not a bad paycheck. I made as little as like maybe 1,100 or just over 1,000 before, so GST was $124. GST check. PayPal was $2.46. And so GST, like government sales tax, I believe, and we get refunds every now and then for that. So yeah, I'm on the website Patreon, and you can donate on there to content creators that you're like. You can pay them on a monthly basis. And I made $2.46. I only had, I think, one paying Patreon. Now I have like 3, I think. So I'll get more next month. But actually, I already did get more. But I mean, that's not getting paid until in May. Google AdSense was $471.28, which I think is the highest amount I've ever made off Google AdSense. It's from advertisements on my YouTube videos and YouTube Premium subscribers. And Money Alento, so that's pretty good. Money Alento, $225, and that was paid back to me. Regular interest was $30, so I made some interest off my I have a GIC, guaranteed investment contract, or certificate, I think it might be called actually. It's within a tax-free savings account at TFSA, and it's earning me about 4% interest. And then I have this other high interest savings account. I think it has 2.5% interest or something like that. And then combined, I earned about $30 off of that. So gas money, it's I didn't give anybody any rides, so $0. Actually, I think I might have given a coworker a ride home, but I didn't ask her for any gas money, but wasn't that long of a distance anyways. But total money that I earned was $4,189.39. And the profit I made was $4,189.39 minus $1,874.99, giving me a total profit of $2,314.40, which was decent. Pretty happy with that, so that's pretty good for me. Yeah, thanks. So I did make some money transfers. I transferred $350 from my checking account to my credit card. I transferred $3,278.77 from checking to high interest savings account. So Ryan S., this YouTuber, he has an ASMR channel as well. I think it's called RLS ASMR. I might be RSL ASMR, but I'm running out of battery. This sucks. But he gifted me like 5 subscribers, I think, 5 members, or maybe more. YouTube members. And YouTube members, like they don't pay you on a monthly basis in exchange for perks and stuff like that. So, and he gifted. I did a live stream. And he gifted me a bunch of members, and they're still members to this day. And that was he did that a little while ago. And so thank you, Ryan. If I get the chance, if he does a live that I find out, I'll give to him some members. I've been having some problems with my phone, and I think I told you about it recently, but basically Instagram is barely working. Facebook Messenger is not working. What else? I'm not able to get on Patreon. the Apple website barely works. So now I'm just it's not so good. But I was ready to buy a new iPhone 15 Pro, but now I'm not totally sure about that. It was, maybe I should get help on the Huawei. I have a Huawei phone, which is like a Chinese brand. Maybe I should get help on their website first, see if that helps. But I'm not sure what's going on. And I tried to download the problem is that if I go to the App Store, like it's not like Google Play App Store, because it is an Android phone, but it's different. It's the Huawei App Store, and I'm not really able to get the Instagram app and stuff like that. My buddy at work downloaded the Instagram app for me, but I don't know if it's the right version. It was doing some strange things, and I didn't trust it. But if I do decide to get a new iPhone, I might go ahead and get a new credit card first to make some, so that if I make big purchases, I can get a lot of points. I know I said I wasn't going to get a new credit card with an annual fee, but now I'm having second thoughts. But yeah, I mean, I was going to be on. Yeah, so sorry about that, but and I was on Team Cashback, but now they go on Team Travel. So I'm not sure if you know, but there's like this people on YouTube who are like credit card enthusiasts, and they make all sorts of videos about credit cards, about how to redeem points, new stuff that's going on with credit cards. Because you got your cashback credit cards that give you high percentage cash back for the money you spend on them. And then you got your credit cards that give you points, and you can redeem the points for travel and stuff like that to get discounts on flights and stuff. So yeah, beers. But yeah, I think I'm going to let's see where I'm doing. Where am I here? I think I should have got this credit card though before I got these glasses, because the glasses were like $800 some. The credit card I have now, like, it doesn't give much. It's a cashback credit card, so no annual fee, but it doesn't give that many points back and stuff. Or not, it doesn't give points, but it doesn't give too much cash back. But my dad did my income tax, and unfortunately I'm only getting about $400 back, between $400 and $500. I think if I had opened up an RRSP instead, a registered retirement savings plan, I would have gotten lower taxable income, I guess, and so that I would have gotten more back on my income tax and stuff. So but I'm thinking about getting the Scotiabank American Express Gold credit card. It has $120 annual fee. From my understanding, when you can book flights with that credit card, basically through but it's through Expedia.com. But I love it, the website Expedia. I booked many flights on Expedia, and it's good stuff. So with that credit card, you earn points, and you get 1 cent. Basically, the points are worth about 1 cent per point. You get 5 points. $5 points for dining and groceries. 5 points eat in, eat out. 3 points on gas and more. And there's no foreign transaction fee, so if you go overseas and you purchase some money or exchange some money with that credit card, there's no fee. There's only the exchange rate. And I guess the place could still charge you a fee if they wanted to, but no extra fee, no foreign transaction fee. So I was thinking about getting the ultimate package, this bank account that's offered through the bank that I bank with, and but there's a $6,000. Basically, there's a $6,000 minimum requirement that you have to have every day. $6,000 balance. If you go below that, you're charged like a $30 service fee for the month. So, but the good thing about that account is that you can get the annual fee waived for certain credit cards. And the credit card that I want was one of those credit cards. But the thing is about that is that the bank account that I have now, I only have to have $3,000 balance daily to get no service fee on that account. So basically, there's an extra $3,000 that I have to stash away in the ultimate package account, which would not be earning high percentage interest. And instead of doing that, so instead of what I could do is just check with the bank account that I have now, take the extra $3,000, put it in GIC or an RRSP, let it build up on interest. Because the GIC that I have now is 4% interest. And so I did the math. 4% interest on $3,000 over 1 year is $120. This credit card that I'm interested in has a $120 annual fee. Do you know what I mean? So My battery's about to die. I gotta charge my phone. My camera, sorry. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep my checking account. Because I got grandfathered in. I think they no longer offer that checking account. And I think that it's quite a good account. This only have to have a balance of $3,000. And if I change my mind to balance $3,000 to avoid the service fee. And if I want to cancel that card, then I'll still have my checking account. So this is pretty crazy. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I still haven't slept because of my new work schedule and sleeping in and stuff. It's pretty crazy. So, but I want the Apple credit card, but I just can't get that in Canada, unfortunately. So, so I can get like 3%. I think it's 3% cash back. I could be mistaken. If you use Apple Pay and you use which is like paying with your phone, basically, but with a credit card. And then Apple Pay, and then 3% cash back. No, maybe it's 3% off Apple products. I kind of forget, actually. But I'm becoming more of a fan of Apple products, so. But on the American Express Scotiabank Gold, you can earn 40,000 points if you spend over, or at least $7,500 on the card within, I think, 1 year. And the cool thing about that is that I'm pretty sure that can all be done in 1 month. Because if you look at American Express credit cards, it's usually the welcome bonus is broken up into different months, basically. So you can earn, like, for instance, 1,000 points or something like that in 1 month if you spend over a certain amount of money. But then to earn more points, you have to wait till the next month and then go ahead and spend a bunch of money, hit the requirement, and then you can earn more points for that month. So you can't just make a huge payment on something and then get a bunch of points. You have to do it month after month, usually in smaller payments. So. But I feel that if I take a trip this year and buy an expensive plane ticket, either because of me wanting to fly to a vacation destination, or inviting the Turkish Girl. Did I mention the Turkish Girl earlier in this video? The Turkish Girl that I had a fling with, inviting her here. I figure it's quite a bit of money, so I'd come somewhat close to that $7,500 requirement, and I just charge everything else on the credit card, basically. So But I just realized I have a bunch of shit written down twice, and so I don't want to say it again. But the Turkish Girl is a girl that I had a fling with, but in Thailand. But she smokes cigarettes, and that's one thing which I don't really care for too much. Although I have smoked in the past in Thailand, I got into smoking cigarettes, but I don't think she's seen this new personality that I have because of the drugs that I'm on now, the antipsychotic and the antidepressant, which kind of changed my personality. Probably the antipsychotic does more so, but so I just realized that I don't know if I'm speaking softly the way I should be, but because maybe I should speak like this or something. I'm not sure, but I'm just kind of like talking in a quiet tone, I guess. Or is there a quiet tone? Like just talking quietly, kind of. But hope it's to your liking. But you can let me know in the comments though if I need improvement, stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of talked about this earlier in this video, but I've been doing these 7 p.m. shifts, so starting at 7 p.m. at night and working till 3 in the morning the next day. So that's because I've been helping, I'm a front desk agent, so I think I explained that before, but there's a night audit guy who does like, adds up all the receipts from that the servers have ran through in the restaurant and stuff like that. Make sure everything adds up the way it should be and stuff like that. And he has a big workload. It's a lot of work, and I've been helping him with some of that stuff, and he's been teaching me, and I've been learning a lot, and it's I think it's kind of a good experience, like because maybe I can be a night audit at a different hotel, or perhaps even this hotel at some point in time, get a pay raise and stuff like that. I kind of like working with numbers too, but it's my top. If I had to rank it, it would probably be like top would be YouTube, making YouTube videos. Second down would be teaching. Third down would be working with numbers and doing some accounting like stuff. And but with this guy, I've been doing different things like that you have to give, like giving the servers in the restaurant their tip outs and stuff like that, and what else, like doing counting up how much they should be getting for tips and stuff like that, because they have to tip out the kitchen, and like the kitchen workers and like the chefs and stuff get money too, and from the tips. And I was gonna say stuff like that, counting the floats. We have floats, have a bunch of money in them, and I think I should probably mean, not subject, but it's like getting spa vouchers for free complimentary spa, Nordic spa entry, and getting those, make sure they're what do you call it, like inputted into the correct folio on our software that we use and stuff. I keep looking at my YouTube videos, and it seems like I'm making a lot of money, but I guess I look at one video and it could be like $30 in profit. But when I get paid, my paycheck's only like from YouTube, Google AdSense, but $450 or something like that for 1 month, and you know. But I think the problem is I keep comparing it to my day job, but with my I make a lot more on my day job. But I guess the thing about that is that it's just because I work so many hours, and I don't work a huge amount of overtime like some people do. But it's a full-time job, and I work if I did the math correctly, 160 hours per month. So that's kind of a lot of hours, and on YouTube I don't put in that much time. You know what I mean? And I probably could if I wanted to, but then what would probably happen is it would be a lot of Wikipedia reading article videos and stuff. So, and I don't enjoy making those as much as my ramble videos, and I think some of my subscribers like those videos are less than my ramble videos and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about also buying a laptop from Apple, but I was thinking that I could probably do it in increments. I mean, buy one item like a phone first, and then a little while later buy the laptop. Because I checked it out, I put both items in the bag on the website, and I went to kind of like not to checkout, but pretty close to checkout, and I noticed that they were going to ship the items separately anyway. So I think there's not much. I may as well just buy one thing that I know I want to buy, and I'm still not totally sure on the phone, but buy one thing that I know I want to buy, and then think about the other thing, because it's a lot of money. So yeah, thankfully I have good internet now. When I was living in China, I had really poor internet. It was terrible, man. But and I didn't even think about upgrading my internet, and I was there for about 2 years, and I was teaching English there, and I think sometimes in life, like, you really got to assess your life and find out if there should be improvements in your life, if there's certain things you can do to greatly improve your life, instead of just getting used to the same old thing. Like, 'cause if I just took a step back and just thought, hey, Why don't I give the internet guys a call, and guys and ladies a call, see if I can get fast internet. But I heard USA might be banning TikTok now or something like that, which is pretty crazy, man. It sounds like China. In China, I couldn't get onto, I forget if it was Google, but definitely like YouTube and Instagram. I couldn't get on there because it's banned. Except, well, I could get on there because I had a, what do you call it, a VPN, virtual private network, I think it's called. But if you have one of those, you can get onto it. A good tip, though, if you're going to go to China, is like get the VPN before you go to China, because it can be hard to get a VPN once you're already in China, because they have the VPN websites blocked too. Got everything blocked, well, a lot of stuff. But yeah, but on another note, my floor is like a, kind of like, it's a nice floor, but it's like, I think it's like a fake wood, and I still slide across it in my socks all the time like a kid, but I got some money goals, like once to, I think I have enough money, I think, for the electronics I want, but I think my next money goal is going to be, or my money goal that I should work on soon would be a registered retirement savings plan, RRSP, and just getting like 10 grand in RRSP and just leaving it there until I retire and letting it build up compound interest and stuff. But a guy I've been kind of into lately on YouTube is called NFT Nick, and yeah, I would recommend checking him out. He's this guy, like, he keeps on flaunting how wealthy he is and stuff like that, but people keep on pointing, like, he'll be like, I'm just in my private helicopter, I'm just on my drinking my $10,000 bottle of champagne and stuff like that, and then people will point out in the notes that's not a very expensive bottle of champagne, and that's not your private helicopter. But the guy is interesting, just the way he talks, and he's very, he gets excited, and he kind of has a very positive message, actually, like, aside from all the flaunting wealth stuff. A message kind of like to strive towards your goals and not worry about the haters, stuff like that. Good stuff. And but yeah, I think that's all for now, so thanks for watching. Okay, bye.